Streaming. All right. We'll let it populate a little bit.
Sounds good.
Hopefully we have a nice crew today instead of the mean children that come on during the day on Sundays.
Yeah, I pop into your stream sometimes. It's it's
It's
it's, it's entertaining.
it's amazing how different it is from like time zones. So like
Yeah.
if you go at like 10:30 at night on a Tuesday, it's like the best viewers ever. But if you go at 12 o'clock on a Monday, it's all the kids that clearly like are just out of college and just want to be mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we got some people popping in here. We'll wait until we get a couple hundred here before we start. Frankie, let's go. Hey, Jordan, Ian, Brendan. We got Crazy Canuck on the stream today. We're finishing
What's up,
Butters
everybody?
Bay. We're fucking
Let's do this.
getting this thing out into the world. I'm done with this golf course.
Yes, we are.
Tough couple games for the Islanders. Yeah, we're not talking hockey today.
Ooh.
Listen, they are a team that's always going to go through rough patches because of the style they play. They do not score a lot of goals, and that in the NHL is going to have a couple 3-game, 4-game losing streaks. But when they're clicking, you cannot get through them, and they will rattle off like they did last year, 17-game point streak here and there. I'm not worried about the Islanders.
They're a fun team to watch.
See, that's the opposite of what people say here in the States.
Really?
They say they're the most boring team. Also, our hockey podcast, Spittin' Chickets, does not help that the fact that people say that because that's all they say. So, Flyers are not so much better than them. The Islanders beat them in the playoffs last year, and the Islanders have their number. So we're not going to talk hockey today, though, Ethan. Oh, let me tweet this stream out. Jeez.
Let's do it.
Get some likes on the board early. You know I like the likes. I don't know what the likes do.
Magic things happen with the likes.
Yeah, that's true. That's what the YouTube people say. If you like the video, more people will watch the video. That's your job, viewer.
The magic algorithm.
All right. Oh yeah, I guess we can get started. 130 people, whatever. We'll get that number up. This is Butters Bay. It is the most anticipated golf course in the world. Crazy Canuck has been nice enough to help us with the routing and helping us build certain holes and just really being the assistant architect on this phenomenal waterside bay golf course. I don't even know that it's a bay golf course. It's just an ocean island golf course that we call Butters Bay. I don't even think there's a bay in this course.
I think there's a few bays.
Yeah?
I think there's a few bays.
I don't know what constitutes as a bay. Foreplay listeners will know that I'm not the best with geography or geographical terms or anything that has to do with naming bodies of water. But this is probably the culmination. This is the culmination of me learning a little bit more about Builder, putting a lot more time into it, and then also having the ability to get Crazy Canuck involved in actually physically taking the file and helping me route things and change things. When I would, on Knives Creek, I'd send him stuff. Like in the first golf course I made, Knives Creek, I'd send Crazy Canuck a version of the course because I would publish it under a fake name, and he would go in, make a video on YouTube, make it private, send it to me, and then I would go and change things based off that. Now we actually have the chance where I'm like, hey, I want number 18 to look just like this. This is the idea. I want this shot off the tee. Essentially, it's like Core Crenshaw over here. Like, I'm giving the ideas, he goes out there and he fucking delivers. So
exactly.
And everyone that's checked in on the stream, you guys have come in here, you've watched it. It's been a long process, but we're getting there. We're almost there, and today we're going to choose some pin placements. We're going to go over some choices that we made for the course. Really just go hole by hole, I think. I don't know the best way to do it. I don't know if I should show people now without any of the builder stuff on, hole by hole, or should we just go hole 1 through 18 and you kind of just like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. You can show it off,
Yeah, I guess we'll
and
show it off a little bit.
maybe take them on a little tour without the all the UI stuff, and then we'll kind of break down hole by hole what we kind of need to tweak. We don't have to tweak too much. We're almost done this thing. So
We're almost done. So hole
yeah.
one really set the tone of like what the course was going to be. I really wanted it in the beginning to be, I told you, a Bethpage Black and Cypress Pebble Beach mix. I do think that in some instances on the course, we did achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
Where we've, like, I know on the back, I wanted it to be a tale of two nines. This course really changed. This course really changed halfway through where I realized that I was going to be able to utilize this, like, very unique style of, like, a wall being built and then a hole on top of the wall. It's very strange, but that's very Butters Bay-esque. That, I guess that's going to be my style going forward on these types of courses. You guys will see that as we go along, but it's a tale of two nines. So the front nine is like low, not much undulation, and up against the water, and the back nine is more like there's like a forest basically on like 15, 16, 17, that area. So I do like the juxtaposition between the front and the back. But this is just like straight up. This, like, Canuck really did a great job of, like, I would never in a million years be able to get this bunker to go up against the water like this, do this shoreline. Really set the tone for, like, what the course should look like. I think it's a beautiful green. That little piece out there is awesome. That's exactly what I envisioned when thinking of the course. Hole 2 was when I finally took the reins a little bit from it, and I just kind of copied hole 1 and just tried to get my feet wet on like what this was gonna be. I did like the fact that like this is all this dead area and it all goes into hole 3 here. I think that's pretty cool. I'm really happy.
That was you. You started that, and then we kind of kept that going. So,
Yeah,
I really like that look.
yeah, so this look is going to be consistent throughout the whole course. It kind of brought in an Arizona feel. We've been playing a lot of Arizona courses with foreplay, and I love the difference between like the greens and just like the dead areas. So that was really cool to incorporate in this. This is like the prized possession hole until we get to the next one, and then the next one, the next one. This was our first like holy shit, look at this golf course. It's hole 4 at Bethpage Black, but it's hole 4 in a Cypress Pebble Beach style. You have a drive where you can maybe take it out here left if the wind is going to be in your face. But on a good day, if it's at your back and the wind is helping, you can get over this crazy mound, this crazy cliff, and you can try and reach this green in 2. Even if you clear this cliff, you can't really get there in 2. It's a really long par 5. What would you say about this hole? What do you like the best? Because you really helped sculpt, like, what you've done is you've helped make this realistic where like I had it and I'm like, oh, no one can ever reach this cliff. So like, how do you do that? Like, is it like play testing? Like, what do you do?
It's play testing. I mean, I love this hole just based on kind of how it sits on, like, you can, like, you had the idea down. Like, you gave me that idea. I think you told me Bethpage 4, I think. And in terms of, yeah, like trying to find that right distance, it does take some play testing. So I kind of go off of, I use the Master Club distance for driver. You know, some people like to use the big driver, like 290. So I kind of like to say, okay, if they can carry about 285, 290, that's going to be an interesting hole. So in a big headwind, you're not going to be able to clear that. But in a tailwind or even like a neutral wind, it's going to be fun to take on that rock cliff there. So it looks real good.
We come up to the green is awesome, and obviously we only have one pin on a lot of these greens. We're going to go back. We're going to change it. I'll try and breeze through this because we're going to do all these holes again. This is 12 at Augusta. It's the same exact green. And my goodness, does this look really cool in this setting. I mean, I actually saw someone on Twitter tagged me, and someone like basically copied this green because of how much I think I've been talking about it in a recently published course. Because like this, the idea of taking the best holes in the world and utilizing the same green and same bunkering, what we all love about 12 at Augusta. Like, we love that green so much, and then putting it in such a different world, to me, is awesome. Like, I think that is so cool and so like unique, and what courses should be doing all the time. Like,
signature hole for sure
Such
at
a
Butters
signature
Bay, I
hole.
think.
Such a signature hole. Love this different. I love the variations of tee boxes. I don't like when like every tee box looks the same. So like we have some circles, some ovals, some squares. I like the changes of that. I think it goes based off of the terrain and what the changes are, like where this is. Like I thought that I got really lucky with this tee box area. One thing I don't do well is I don't shift the world and the ground to where I should have it. I basically take it how it is. So like this just happened to be this like hook here, and I was like, oh, it's a perfect place to put a tee box. Even though like usually I would have put it like right here because that's very like amateur building where it's just like find some ground, put a tee box, and then make a fairway. So I was actually able to like get kind of lucky with this here and change it up a little bit with this little body of water in front. This hole is really cool. I like that it's basically the opposite of Fore, where now it's just like a dry area in the middle, but same idea. So opposite, but also kind of similar, where it's like if it's really windy at your back or it's helping and the fans coming with you, you'll be able to make this drive on top of here, and then this second shot's really easy into this green. But from down here, it's a really long par 4, really long par 4.
Tough angle into the green there too from the bottom fairway.
This hole's got to be one of your favorite ones because like the
sculpting
on this is so cool that you did. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. My idea was I want to build a ramp. I want to build a ramp where if you hit the perfect tee shot and you come down here on this par 4 and you stripe one, it will take this entire little this slope and just go right towards the green, and hopefully we see some hole-in-ones on this par 4. That would be really cool to see. I think we will see a lot of them depending on where I put the pin. I mean, like right here is crazy sloped. When we go back and pick the pin locations, you guys will see that this is impossible to hold right here, but it does funnel towards the hole, and I think we're going to see a lot of cool shots. The problem and the risk reward is like in real life, obviously, like if you don't hit this like shoot, you're in the water or you're in that high stuff on the right. So like it makes it a hard hole where maybe you make a bogey, maybe you make an eagle or a birdie.
I want to still raise that green up on the back there just to create a bit more of a funnel effect, because then it'll be really fun.
Like back here.
Back there. I think we need to raise up a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. This hole's awesome. This is a really difficult par 4. It's a long par 4 that you have to basically cut around these trees. It's the first time we really take trees into play at the course. So I love this hole. I think this was a shit show building it with the uphill
the creek.
Yeah,
God.
So that was all you. I mean, this was where I almost quit making the course because I told you I just don't think I can do it. We also integrated this rocky wall thing, which is what is going to separate this course from most courses in this this style and this area of the world. Like I just don't think many courses have this type of like step thing, and you can see from here it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher as we go. I love that. I think it's so cool. We got the butter knife bunker, which is this is my best work, if we're gonna be honest.
This is the one thing you are much better than me in the designer at doing is building butter knife bunkers.
I don't know how I got the perfect curvature of the handle and even the top. Like you could see, like it kind of softens out like a butter knife would. It's a perfect knife. It is a perfect knife. So yeah, and then we come in here and we have 13 at Augusta. Just another really cool idea that it just looks good. Like we have and here's another thing too, like there's like certain styles of bunkering that some courses like to keep. Frankie Borelli does not do that. I like to take Augusta style bunkering on hole 5 or 6 or whatever this is, and then I like to take fucking Cypress bunkering and I like to put it on 17. I do not care. I am changing it from hole to hole. That's just the way I'm gonna roll because I don't want to be stuck to one style of bunkering. Like the fact that we can just put Augusta into this course is cool to me.
I like it. I had to adjust to that, but I'm embracing it now.
See, like look at the difference. Look at this green. Look at this bunker, and now look at this hole. So now we have this one. which is completely different bunkering. It's just a whole new style. This hole is a par 5. We got the creek running through here from the water side on this hole, and it goes out into the ocean. This hole, I made a little, I don't know if you've even seen this, but I made a little chute right here where you have to hit it right here perfectly to be able to even come close to reaching this green in 2. It is a par 5. And I struggled with playtesting a lot on getting someone, because the problem is this game is kind of easy. So if you hit a drive and you just hit it down the middle and then you just play it safe and hit the second one in front of the green, you're going to make a birdie every single time. So I wanted people to try, at least to try and make it in 2, because maybe they'll find themselves in some trouble down here with like a tough chip. Like this is a crazy, crazy, crazy green. Like I don't even know if we're gonna keep
That's
it
wild.
this ridiculous.
We might have to fix that a bit.
Yeah,
but
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it's like a 15-foot drop.
Yeah.
But I wanted people to try and go for it. Yeah, this can obviously be cleaned up a little bit and make it a little more realistic, because like that, there's no way that green goes like that. But that's the idea, really.
Love it.
Okay, so now we come on here. Let me see. This is hole 10. All right, so now we're on the back 9.
This is where it really changes here.
Yeah, now it starts to get wacky.
Yeah.
So just a straightaway par 4. I really like this hole. I want, maybe at the end, I want to add a little bit more like undulation to these fairways. When I play other courses, the one thing that pisses me off, and I think that makes it really difficult, is when you hit a perfect drive and you're in kind of like a tough lie, and I want to incorporate that a little bit on this course. I think I do have some flat fairways, and it makes it really, really easy for people to hit.
We can do that. Yep.
We start to incorporate a little bit of like the inland beauty of the course, because we can't use just the ocean around every single green. So this is kind of the building that we've gone with around a lot of the greens. We have this walkway up here onto this hole, which I think is fucking awesome.
Love, you nailed this hole. This is all you, this one.
I mean, this hole, we were actually on stream for this one, and a lot of the people that were on here, I mean, we can go back and watch that stream. This hole was completely different. I mean, none of this water was here. This little area was not here. I didn't know how far to take this building. Basically, I took what you did right here, and I was like, all right, like, let's just keep it going around here. And then as I was on this green, I'm like, man, everything looks really shitty when you're putting. So let's just keep it going around. And it took forever. But and then I kept going onto this tee box, and it was a never ending build. But I think the way it ended up was perfect.
It's great.
So now we have this hole. Oh, and also like whoever, like you can't get from this green to this tee box. I don't care. Like you walk back around this way, whatever. I don't know. You're in a video game. All right, Canuck?
I love it.
Perfect.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
This hole was a struggle for me to learn how to build this fairway. So you took the routing and you built out this double fairway with a little bit of like heavy rough in the middle. I love this hole. I think this hole's awesome. I love how like on the right and the left it's dead because like it's just bushy, just gnarly area, but the fairway is like really, really inviting right here. And then the second shot is a really cool shot where you basically can't see the green. It's a hidden green. And you come around and you see that crazy clubhouse that we'll talk about later. But everything's tucked away back here into the shadow. And then basically the hole just drops off, which I changed the other day. This was never like this. There was a lot of green. I'm sorry, just like rough out here, which it was all dead area. So I didn't know if I should build that with trees or if I should build that just with like dead area. I had decided to just take in the cliff and kind of make this like a end of the earth, really rough area, so that when you're putting up here, you feel like you're on top of the world.
Love it.
Now we start getting even wackier with this tee shot. You can take it over these trees as high as you want. This is sort of a drivable hole. I'm really interested to see how this hole plays with crazy wind. So we'll see how that goes, because there's a lot of damage on this hole and it's really tight. But without wind, it's kind of an easy hole if you play it really safe. I mean, it gets tight up here, so like I do like this hole. I think it's really cool.
Yep.
I needed to incorporate some short par fours because it's a really, really, really long course. You go up here. This is another unbelievably cool hole. Something I would want to play in real life, like you wouldn't believe. Like I would love to play this hole every single day. Basically, if you crank a drive, you have a chance to hold this green. You have a very, very slim chance. If the wind's at your back, if you can somehow get it to land softly. The problem is, I kind of turtled it on the back and I turtled it on the front. So like if you don't hit it right, you're in the water. So good luck with that decision, especially on tournament days. Like, are you going to go for that green, or are you just going to play it out front and then try and make it on into and then make an easy birdie? What do you think about this hole? What are your thoughts on this one?
I love it. I love a good short par four, but yeah, you're right. You're done. We'll see a lot of eagles here, and we'll see a lot of double bogeys, triple bogeys.
Yeah.
So people are going to re-tee again and throw another one in the bay. So it'll be great. I love the cliffs at the back. I don't know how that actually worked, but it looks very realistic, and I don't even know how I did that. So, yeah, looks good.
Yeah. Well, actually, so back here, you're talking about?
Yeah, like that looks really like natural.
Yeah. Well, this happened on stream. There was really nothing here, and
Yeah.
I was trying to build a tee box at one point. For this, you can actually see it's still here. I was trying to build like a route out here, and I was actually trying at one point to like see. You showed me this crazy brush that like you can spin around, and I was going wild with it. And I think a couple of streams ago, I just kept making islands. There was actually another island like out here, and I got rid of it. But yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think it like I don't know. It's crazy how some of it's green. Like you don't have to put any building. You don't have to put any like bushes out here or anything or any trees.
No, I was almost thinking of popping a lighthouse out there right on the tip. Might look kind of cool.
I saw that. I think you had that at one point. I got rid of it just because the lighthouses that come with this game are so damn generic.
They're lame.
And they're lame, and it's just like, oh, like it's that lighthouse that everyone puts on the game. Like to me, it's just like I didn't like it. Like I wish that they would have different variations of them, or maybe we could. Like,
I agree.
Make our own with like different buildings. I don't know.
Totally fine. Didn't hurt my feelings. That's fine.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's just not like I don't know. They're just like not fun.
Yeah, I get it.
I love the view from this green also. Kind of looking up. It's very Monterey Peninsula-y, where like you'd almost see like a house up there. That is something I was thinking about. Is like, do you incorporate like mansion houses like in these like hills? But then I just didn't want to get into that. I just like I couldn't fathom doing that. Oh, the one thing I do have to add is a house for Old Man Media at some point. Maybe I'll just put one way out here. Yeah, it's something I got to do. Or maybe I'll put one on this little island. Right
there you go.
Edge. Yeah, no.
No road to it or anything.
No, that's how. There's one on like 14 or 15 at Nyes Creek for Jeff Shackelford of golf of JeffShackelford.com.
Yeah.
All right, this hole. I spent a lot of time on stream trying to figure out what the hell to do with this hole, and I decided basically this came all the way out, this rough out here. So I brought in this kind of rocky area. I really struggled with this tee shot looking good. I think I got somewhere decent where like I wanted you to see a big bunker up there and then some grass on the other side of that. I just wanted it to be like somewhat like inviting to like try and crush a drive here, because if you don't, it's a really easy hole. Like that's what I always struggle with, is like finding out how to make tee shots difficult.
Yeah, I think we just got to pop those bunkers on the left up a bit. Otherwise, it's a good looking tee shot.
Okay.
It's like 95% there.
Okay. All right, so we have this. This is 17, which I haven't talked to you about, but I love the idea of having a green right on top of another green. I think it's super unrealistic for like public golf or like a real golf course, because if you just blade one over that green like I do, you're just killing people down here. But the idea of being on 17, which we'll get to in a couple seconds, and seeing down on like 15 is really cool to me.
I love it. I've used that a few times on a couple of my courses, and you did a really good job with that. So.
I got crazy here. I just didn't know
I love this tee shot.
I didn't know how to make this different than every other par 3 we've had. So I just decided to like build a forest going up the rocks, and then like from this tee kind of make it just look like you're hitting out of like Jurassic Park. That was the idea. So it's a really rocky, roady area. Down here was it was a crazy like ditch that I didn't think I wanted to fill in. I just wanted to kind of make it like a low, kind of like, you know what really inspired me with this is Torrey Pines. Like Torrey Pines has this like big, huge ditch in the earth, and then there's just a million trees on that ditch, and it's something that's so unique to Torrey Pines that I've never really seen before. That I wanted to kind of like make our own mini Torrey Pines right here. So that's the idea behind that. The only thing I don't like, and we'll have to kind of touch up, is like from this tee shot, like behind this green, like this right here is gross.
Yeah, we got to fix that,
You know, like,
for sure.
are there like trees there? Which probably not, because like you want the ocean to be there. But it's just like a gross shot.
We can make some smaller hills and kind of plant like you did on right there, like on 16. We can kind of do something similar, but not with the big trees. Maybe just bushes and rocks. So
I think
yeah, we can do something like that.
Shot's awesome. Like just it's like you just came from a crazy mountain of trees somehow, and you've landed on this green. I think that's really cool. I did incorporate a little bit of a shelf here. We'll see when we're picking pin placements if that's something that we should keep. And then also people got mad at this. How is this waterfall here? And I said it's a pump.
I love it.
It's a pump. Like we utilize science, money, and technology to make water fall from rocks, and it's called a pump.
Unlimited budget at Butters Bay.
Unlimited
Don't question
budget.
it.
It's a tough tee shot coming up here, really tight. You can lose your ball down here. You can knock it off the rocks or whatever. But whatever, you know, it's been a tough stretch of holes, and I wanted an easy par 4 if you hit a good drive, and that's what you're going to get. I got a lot of grief for this style of bunkering in front. I think it came out pretty cool. I wanted something rugged and different. Like, it's a rugged freaking area of the golf course. Like, I wanted ruggedness. Like, I could barely say that word. Coming up here is 18. And this is like, what I told you is, I mean, look at this fucking golf course. I wanted every single hole to hit you in the face. Not just like, wait until you get to 17. Wait until you get to 18. A lot of golf courses are like that. Even Pebble Beach is like, oh man, once you get to 5 and 6, that's where the golf course really opens up, and that's where it's the best golf course in the world. No, Butters Bay hits you in the face from hole 1 to hole 18. There's not one hole that doesn't have amazing views. That's all I wanted. 18 is the culmination of all that. I mean, I told you I wanted a opposite of Fore, where it is a 2-shelf fairway coming down. You have the idea of maybe laying up. I mean, you still have to hit a really far drive from what it looks like off the tee to get even on that first plateau. But the second one, I mean, we're gonna have to play test that. That looks like it's 10 miles away. But if the wind's at your back, I'm assuming we're gonna be able to hit that.
You can, in a neutral wind, if you zoom up to kind of where the fairway splits, if you hit it right on the left side, it'll bounce. Yeah. So right there, you can bounce it onto the fairway, but it'll land in the rough, but it'll bounce down. But if you're anywhere right, you're gone. In a tailwind, you can clear it easy. But I think that's.
I like this angle too, because like, let's say you bounce off hard, you may be in jail if you bounce too hard off the right.
Yeah.
So it is a really hard fairway to hold. Really like this bunker style. This is something that I wish that I would incorporate more on the course. I really like this. This reminds me of like, that's the Augusta feel, where like really wide fairways going around a bunker. I really like this. This is really cool. And then like you went on sicko mode on this clubhouse. I mean, this is as good as it gets right here. This golf course is, someone just wrote, Christian Amici just wrote, this is simply an unreal course. It really is. It's simply an unreal golf course.
Yep.
It
sums it up right there.
It's simply unreal. I mean, this property is unbelievable. I think we've utilized every little piece of grass. The differences from hole 1 to hole 18 are astounding. I think people are going to have a lot of fun playing this. I also think that it's going to be a difficult golf course with some wind. We now have to... Can't we add our own like natural wind, like when people just play it on a on whatever, on default?
No, you can't. That's the one crappy thing about this is default wind is kind of just random at different times of the day. So we can't actually
Gotcha.
set the wind. You can play test in different winds, but you
Gotcha.
can't actually set it. Yeah.
I didn't know if you could set the default wind. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I think what we should do, and maybe you can walk me through little things on how to do this,
Mm-hmm.
is really just picking pin placements here. And also a reminder, we have 600 people now, so we've kind of grown a little bit since we first introduced you. We have Crazy Canuck. You guys should all know him by now. He has his own YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Crazy Canuck 1985 on YouTube. He will teach you how to build these video game golf courses. So you either have like the Golf Club 2019. He has all these crazy tutorials, and he's really good on PGA Tour 2k21. He's helped me with this golf course. It is a must watch on YouTube if you're looking to learn how to build golf courses.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I live stream too as well. So where we build and just kind of shoot the breeze, nice chill vibes on streams. So yeah, come check it out.
Yeah, you're gonna want to watch his live streams. They're really good. I mean, I'm telling you, it's really relaxing. You're able to just and like you learn how to do this. This is like a really cool simulation in like being able to have an idea about a golf course and be like, oh, I'd really like to see how that would look, or like I'd be able to play a course like that. Being able to do that in a video game is awesome, and the fact that 2K's made it so goddamn realistic to the point where we're now about to pick like pin placements and change the slopes of the greens is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so can we get some likes on here, please? We don't have even 100 likes. That's pitiful.
Oh boy.
All right, so every single green I've just put the pin really in the middle. Do you think that we should change should I move this pin right here, or do you like this pin placement? What?
No, I mean,
how do you go about picking pin placements? What's your goal?
Well, what I do is I'm going to have a rough idea of I'll sculpt the green first before I do the pins. Usually, I mean, we don't have to do that. We can kind of say, okay, this is what we want it to look like, and throw the pins in. But usually, I will sculpt the green first, put some breaks in. It's not a lot. You don't want to overdo it. But yeah, I usually sculpt and then I'll throw the pins in. So.
All right, so this green is basically coming right to left right here, and then it goes back left to right back here. I actually like the movement of this green. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think you have to do much with this green, to be honest.
So, I mean, and I think this pin placement's on a little bit of a hill. I don't know that I'll probably keep this one. I'm going to move this one.
So what you kind of want to do is I call it most people call it the 9-box rule. So basically almost like a tic-tac-toe board, just all the boxes around your pin will be in the middle of the box. Just make sure none of those have any yellow or orange in them. Right. Otherwise, that pin can get a little dicey. So
if I put one
that's usually what I go off.
So if I put one right there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a pretty good pin placement. It's kind of tough. I like it right, like that bunker's right behind it. It's a little daunting. All right, that's a good That's a good Thursday pin.
Yes.
So now, what am I doing here? Okay. So
just highlight over the pin, and then hit pin one. There you go. Add pin. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you is there any idea of how you should change them, or is it just all random, right?
Yeah, I try to make it random. A lot of people like to say, okay, I'm going to make my hardest pin 4 for every hole. I don't particularly like to do that. I like to make my Sunday pins challenging, but I don't go overboard. So, right. I mean, it's really up to you, but you also kind of want to keep in mind, you don't want all your Friday pins at the front.
Right.
So, you kind of got to have kind of a running tally in your head, or I just kind of sometimes I'll jot it down saying okay, I don't want pin 2 to be in the front for 8 holes in a row.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not super, anal about it. But
I mean, it is a huge decision. You make this whole golf course, and wherever you put the pin, decides how people are actually going to score on the course.
Yep. It's for a pin back there. So if you put a pin there,
right here, yeah.
Yeah. maybe just on the right side, just like just bring the green up a little bit. So
Do you take a
maybe,
flatten or a raise?
I do a raise and just use the fuzzy brush. And then just raise it up like 3-4 inches. Yeah. Yeah. Even like that much. Yeah. And then I'll just kind of click and drag. And that'll kind of create a little kicker. There you go.
That's
something
cool.
like that. Yeah.
You see what you
There's
guys
just little
watched?
movements. Just little movements like that.
See what everyone just watched? That's what's going on Crazy Canucks YouTube page. Something as simple as that. We just added a little bit of a kicker, quote unquote, and that makes this such a more realistic hole where, like, if you are trying to attack this pin, you now have a little bit of a backstop where this thing will push you towards the green, towards the pin.
Yep.
Damn. All right, this hole's done.
Done. Next hole.
So now I see what you're saying now. Like, I have to kind of keep a mental note of, like, where I'm putting all my number 2s, right? Like, the next hole, I almost want to put 2 on the back. Because if you're playing pin 2, every single hole is going to be in the same position.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
So, yeah, I just kind of... I'm not super... Like, I don't worry about it too much, but I just make sure I'll just go back to the previous hole and be like, okay, that pin 3 was at the front. I just got to make sure my pin 3 is not right at the front again.
The other thing I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that there is... Well, maybe I have to flatten this out. Is that need to be flattened out? No.
Yeah, I think we got to... Again, we'll run through... We'll do little tweaks off stream, but yeah, there's a few little things we got to fix on some of these holes, but let's just worry about the pins and stuff right now.
Okay, this is a wacky green, and I think it needed to be a wacky green because on some of my easier holes, I want wacky greens. That's just how I want craziness. You know what I also want? Like, I want people to, like, I like this idea where, like, you have to tap the ball down. Like, I feel like 2K doesn't utilize that a lot.
No. See, I like this, like, pin 1, throw it right at the back, and then, like, this is how long is this hole? It's like 400 yards, like 395. Yeah, so, I mean, give people the option to kind of play it short and just roll it down the hill and get it close, too.
For hole 1, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's a good place. Yeah, just stick it right at the back. No, that's probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think hole 4 is, like, right here. But we'll get to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I also want to incorporate the viewers. I mean, we have 500 architects in here that want to have their voice heard. Maybe we can have a little bit of a vote or a group. Now, is that... See, like, I don't want to tuck these things too much. Like, is that unrealistically towards, like, the edge there?
That's fine. I like to say a general rule. I usually count about, if it's any more than about 4, if it's any less than 4 boxes from the edge, so if you count there, you're about 4. That's about the limit. I would put it towards the end. Yeah, that's fine. Especially on a short hole, like this is a short one, so you're going to be a wedge in, so I don't mind tucking the pins a little bit more because you don't have it too difficult a shot in. So I always try to think about my shot in. So if I've got a longer shot in, I'm going to be a little friendlier with the green, the pin placements. But, you know, short shots in, you really want to challenge them.
Okay. And you're fine with this green slopage? Like the way it's kind of sloping?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's kind of doing a little bit of everything. I might fix we might fix the front right a little bit. Here. Yeah.
Would you flatten that out?
I would probably flatten that out a little bit. The real architecture nerds would say, "Oh, I mean, it's sloping in opposite directions. In real life, that would make that would cause the green to puddle or whatever. Like, who cares?"
My god!
Oh yeah, there's people that are like that too. I got dinged in a course creation contest because my greens apparently would create too many puddles. So
that's crazy, dude.
Ridiculous, right? Yeah.
I mean, but I kind of love it. There's people like that in this world that take it seriously. That they say that's gonna puddle. Because, and a reason for that is because you never know when you're going to be the next Lido Golf Club, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking...
Yeah, quite a story.
It's an amazing story. For anyone that doesn't know, Lido Golf Club was a golf course in like the 1904, 1912, way back when, on Long Island. It was right here, maybe 10 minutes away from my house. And by the way, I'm putting hole 4... right here so that in case anyone misses it,
I like it
down.
Yep.
The problem is that when you're on this side, You have to give it a little room, right? Because when you're on this side, you're never gonna be able to
Give it a
hold
little room, yeah.
like there, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
That's nasty.
That's yeah. But I mean, again, short shot in. But yeah, they're going to be cursing you if you go long there.
I'm gonna move it a little bit.
Yeah, I'd move it a little bit. Yeah, now that I see it from that angle.
Yeah,
that's
better. Yeah, at least you get a chance to make it up here. Anyway, someone built Lido Golf Club on this. So it was this incredible golf course. I think it was CB McDonald. Alistair McKenzie sent in a bunch of holes for them to build on this course. It was known as like the second best course in the world behind Pine Valley at the time. It got overtaken. The area got overtaken by World War I and World War II preparations, and basically they had barracks built on top of the golf course. Then the Depression hit, and it was just like it just couldn't make it. A town was built on top of it, Lido, which we all go to Lido Beach. When like I belong to Lido Beach, it's like where we're allowed to park our cars and the whole thing. The high school there is built on top of like the 18th green. The clubhouse is still there. It's like this old school grand clubhouse is still there to this day. So it's a really cool story. It is known as like a lost gem golf course that's underneath the rubble. There is holes. There are streets with houses that's called like Fairway Road, Bunker Drive. Like it's basically on the golf course. It's really, really cool. So someone built this, right? And you know a little bit more about this.
Yep.
Someone built this golf course based off what? Like LiDAR shit? Like
that, and I guess he belongs to this like golf club atlas form, and some people were giving him just I was just reading the article. I can't remember where it was from, but just little pieces of history, and he was able to use that to kind of build a representation. And I guess like Tom Doak got his hands on it and got really interested in it. So and now they're actually going to be recreating that course. Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah,
can't remember.
Sand Valley is the
Sand Valley. Yeah,
the guys doing it. They have really cool courses over there, and it's stunning that this game has gotten so realistic where you can actually make it. And I'm kind of basically utilizing this bunker, by the way, as like the defense of this hole. Like I don't know if you think these are good choices here.
I like it. I can't remember how long this hole is.
177.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But fun fact: the guy that built Lido in the game actually took some pictures of Butters Bay for you.
So the pictures that I've tweeted out before of this course, I don't know if it was the one that I just tweeted out today. I was actually looking for the most recent one.
I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and he was the one. So that guy is unreal. That may be an easy hole 4 position, but
no, I don't think so.
I guess from back
you got the water to deal with. Downhill club selection is going to be an issue. We still have to build a path here. I think we forgot to do that. Well, I mean, I think that'll look good. I've got an idea to have like just a really rough path kind of snake through there. I think it'll make the hole pop a little bit more.
This is a huge green.
It is big.
And the whole thing runs off.
Yeah, a lot of that's not usable, so we might flatten a little bit of it just to make the green a bit more usable.
Like right here?
Yeah. I still like it running off the back.
Yeah, because it has to. Because a lot of people are going to take driver off the deck, and I want either the best driver off the deck shot in the world, or I want you to be down here in the rough.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little more. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good landing area.
Yeah.
Back here is kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's okay. How long? This is our par 5, right? Yeah. 570. Okay. I definitely put a pin like front right.
Like here, yeah.
Right there, yeah.
That's gonna be impossible to make. But also, if you like catch this little ridge.
If you catch that ridge, that's kind of why I thought it would be good there.
Bugger.
Yeah. So yeah, like with this being it's 560. Yeah. This is probably have to be maybe a little bit of an easier, or sorry, not an easier, a tougher green, I think, because it's going to be pretty easy to access in 3, so
Yes.
I like it being a little bit slippery rolling off the back there. That's a good pin that you just threw down there. I like
Yeah,
that.
because I'm seeing this right here, and then maybe
Yep.
if they overdo it, do I have to keep doing this, or can I just keep adding pins? Like,
I think you can just throw more pins down. I can't
if I
remember.
hit this twice, it'll just do 3 and 4.
I think so. Just
Yeah,
go
it
back
did.
and okay, yeah.
Cool.
So just hover over it and just make sure it's 3 and 4. But
Right.
yeah, I don't think you have to hit it every time. I think I just do out of force of habit.
3, and then 4. Wait, what happened? One of them went away.
Oh, maybe one did leave. Put one front right again.
There you go. All right.
Oh no, okay, that's fine.
But I want that to be 1. I'm gonna redo this. Look at that. That just popped up. That's weird.
That is odd. Maybe you do have to hit it each time then.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
For the next hole, I'm going to get the chat involved because it's a really cool par 3, and I want people to pick their own pin for that.
Love it.
I mean, this isn't the most exciting part of the golf course or the golf course building process, but
It's one of the most important.
it is by far one of the most important. I'm going to go right in the middle here. It's kind of like moving all different directions. And that's a nasty pin placement, if we're being honest.
That one's tough. Yeah.
I don't know.
But can you zoom in on that one a little bit? I'd maybe flatten it just a hair. You got a little bit of yellow there. Just one click. Doesn't have to be totally flat. That's better. Yeah, that one's gonna be tough. But I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, again, look to play test it a little bit.
I do want to avoid like too much of like the cartoonish putts, right? Like this is crazy.
Yeah, but
'Cause I've gotten like hate messages from
you have much tougher pins on Knives Creek.
Oh.
But I think that was just because you were still new with the sculpting and didn't really know how to make those smaller moves. So that's fine. That's all right.
Yeah.
Again, we'll play test it a couple times, but that'll be fine.
All right. So for this one, this is a really long hole for what it is. Like, it's basically you're hitting like a 4-iron or 5-wood into this thing. Some people, right? It's like almost a 200-yard hole.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough because it's downhill 200. So they're going to be hitting a mid-iron in. Like in a tailwind, this thing's going to be very tough to hit. But
also,
it's okay.
I should probably flatten this out just to make this
a little bit.
usable.
Yeah, I like the drop off, but yeah, just make a little bit more green usable there.
Yeah, just like that. All right.
Yep.
What do we think for the chat should be the number 1 pin? Because most people are going to be playing pin 1. That's just like they're going to hit it. They're going to play whatever it says default. Pin 1's going to be set there for them. I want this hole to really be, this is the signature hole. So rattle off like front right, back right, middle in between the bunkers, like front left. Like where do we think in the chat should this go? And Canuck, what's your idea of what the ultimate pin position would be on this hole, on hole 5?
I got an idea. I'll wait for the chat though. See what they think.
So
see if they agree.
Says dead middle pin 1 so far. I think we gotta wait like a second or two before like people catch up. Front right, somewhere in the back. I wish I could put like a voting thing on here.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that with YouTube.
You can't. Short.
You
left,
can make a quick like straw poll thing, but it might be a
tight
pain in the
front
butt.
middle. So that's 2 votes so far for the tight front middle. Back right, do the mantis voice. Front left, back right. Man, see, this is what I mean. This is people are looking at this green and they have all different ideas. Right side, short left next to the bunker, bottom left, short front, front left, front right, front left,
Amazing.
front left, right front, back right, front left. I think front left honestly may be the one, but then that doesn't utilize the beauty of the hole.
I like front right.
Okay.
Almost where your cursor is sitting right now.
That's diabolical.
It is, but I think if you look overhead, that's probably the deepest part of the green.
Yeah.
So I would say put maybe even back right, like right about there, because people want you. This is the hole that they've been waiting for. They want to do well on this hole.
Right.
Give them room. Give them room. So give them space to put it close.
Right.
They can say, you know what, Butters Bay 5, I put it to 2 feet. Boom.
Bang. I like it. All right, I like that. And then I'm going to give people hole pin position 2 in their front left position here.
Yep. That's going to be nasty.
That's a nasty pin because if you just go to the left, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I may need to move it just a little bit. Like right there.
And I maybe flatten out just a bit to the right. Just see there's a little bit of yellow to the right there. Just a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that's still tough, but that's fine.
Should I raise? Like, why is this getting so steep? Is it because I'm not raising it at all?
Why is
like, it's getting so like the more I flatten this out, this is getting so steep.
Right. So just I would go off the green and just raise the kind of the fairway part up a little bit.
Like that?
Yeah. Or you can also use the flatten tool. Because you still want it to be a drop off, but maybe just not as extreme.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. We can fix that a little bit more.
Okay.
But it's not bad. It's okay as is.
Sebastian, you know what, man? I'm sorry, bro. You're too much in this chat, man. The capital, you're writing in all caps. You're yelling. I'm putting you in timeout, bro. And you know what that means. Like, I'm putting you in timeout. Come back when you're ready to join the class. We can't have that. You're not saying any useful shit. I'm sorry.
He's gone.
That. I'm sorry you had to see that.
I love it.
Let me see. Hopefully you didn't. Okay. All right. Sebastian got the boom. Yeah, that's right.
And I see a lot of people in chat saying like punishing to a point. I mean, it's got to be playable.
Right.
Like that's the main thing. And I mean, yeah, you want it punishing, but I mean, do you want to shoot 45 over at Butters Bay? I mean, I don't know.
Right. I don't think people will. I think if you're a good player at this game and you know how to play it, I think it's going to be relatively easy. I think there are. Like, I think that's a nasty pin. I don't think there's. That's going
to be a tough pin.
There's no way anyone's holding this green. So, that's a tough pin. I'm sorry, but whatever. It is what it is. Like that's hole 4. That's position 4.
It's a bit downhill, so again, people have a bit shorter iron in. They loft it up. It should stop. I think it'll be fine. That'll just be tough.
Oh, we already have 4 on here. I love this. I think you may have done this.
Oh, nice. I might have done that, yeah.
Cool. We'll keep it. Save some time. Right. I like that.
Done.
So here's an interesting one to do. Look at this fucking green.
Yeah, so maybe you can actually do this. Is maybe at the back, kind of where those rocks are.
Yeah.
Is raise it up like a couple feet. Like be pretty bold with it. Almost make it like a little funnel. Yeah. Even go further to the left, I think. Okay. Just kind of have everything funnel in. Make this a fun hole.
Don't you think they should?
I mean, they're all fun.
Don't you think they should show the break when you're sculpting?
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
I've asked that many times. Hopefully, it's coming.
Like, so I don't have to keep doing this.
Yeah. Huge pain in the butt. That's better. Because what will happen if people are long is it'll kind of slide up along that. Yeah, that's better. No, that's good.
I've noticed that this drop off always pushes the ball down into this area. Should we keep it kind of like that?
Well, up to you if you want that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really cool hole.
Love it.
I think I'm gonna move hole pin position down here because I do want people to get a hole in one. I just think that's so cool. So like I'm gonna kind of like align it with this kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think you're gonna see some hole in ones there. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, what's that? 290, 297. Yeah, people are probably going to hit 3 woods and kind of roll it up onto the green and use that slope.
Yeah, so
I like it.
You have a couple really hard holes, and then you have a couple chances to make eagles.
Mm-hmm. But again, this could be another double bogey hole if you messed up. So
very
I like it.
easily. I'm going to kind of leave them all in this area because I don't know that you can keep it over here, right? Maybe here.
Yeah, I mean, I would have one where, the smart play would be to lay up. I'd have one pin like that.
Where would that go?
Like kind of right where you are, maybe a little bit closer to the big ridge.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
God, that's nasty.
That's still accessible though.
Yeah.
Yep.
The dog is probably killing the mailman. 4. I'll just go deeper in this way.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the chat saying here? Anybody else want to play Knives Creek while watching this? That's a nice thing. Or go play one of Canucks courses. He's got 1 million of them.
I got 1 million. Yeah. Let's check my Twitter. I got a list of them all on my pinned tweet.
Yeah, go follow Crazy Canuck on Twitter too. Like the chat should be always listening to what we're saying. Like we are building this golf course with fucking blood, sweat, tears, and time put into it. The least you could do is go on your little phone and just follow Crazy Canuck on Twitter and follow him on YouTube. Subscribe. It's as simple as that. That's your job. That's all you have to do. Like show someone that's not in the Barstool world what the power of Barstool does. Like be like help me out and show Canuck that he'll get a bump on Twitter and YouTube and all this stuff. Go do that. If you don't do that, you make our fans and viewers look like idiots. I sometimes have to talk down to them.
Appreciate it. I like it.
Yeah, well...
Thank you, guys.
Usually it does have a nice bump, but I'm just making sure. This is a diabolical green. I remember when I was building the bunkers, I realized that there's a lot of areas where the ball is pushing off. I did notice that this is a really hard green to make in 2. I mean, it's a par 4. It's 500 yards.
Yeah, this will be tough. But I like that little ridge right there.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, that pin's gonna be. Put it a little bit. That'll be good.
I'm gonna flatten it just a little bit too. I mean, it's just too much.
I would say this is going to be your number 1 handicap. If I were to guess, once it gets handicapped, this one's going to be number 1. I think pretty easily, too.
Yeah. Alright. I kind of can't use anything in the middle, which sucks, but I have a lot of room to work with over here. There's a lot of green. I mean, a lot of yellow. Is that considered yellow? Is this yellow? No.
No, that's fine.
Okay. See, again, I'm kind of just not really thinking about these pin positions. I mean, do you put a lot of thought into pin positions or no?
Maybe not as much as other people, but I think about them. But I'm not spending 3 hours on a green or anything like that.
Right.
But Yeah, I do them pretty quick, I would say.
Okay, we're
But you're
flying
doing a
through
good
these
job.
things.
No, that's good.
Um,
I mean, you could obsess over a pin position for hours, but I mean,
right.
at the end of the day, who cares? Just make it fun and playable, and you're fine.
I do want to add like double breaks. That's something I always like when I'm on a course. And I see a double break. What's the best way of doing that? Like, let's say you wanted to add a double break. Like this is kind of right in the middle. Like how would you add a double break to this hole? Or
So,
actually, let's not do it on this hole because this is already such a hard hole. But maybe if we find like, well, this green we gotta talk about. This green's a nightmare. But I also don't want to touch the screen. You may have to fix this green.
that's fine. It's not
Yeah.
too bad. I'll have to look play test it a bit, but
But all right, let me just finish this one. I want to get to a green, maybe.
next
See.
hole,
Yeah,
probably.
something that's like easier to get. I want to make the route to the hole kind of hard.
Okay.
I want to see how you do that. So this hole, I like. This is another one of those. Just like hit the ramp.
Mm-hmm. So I mean that pin there, if you go right down to like almost like right at the flat, get it as flat as you can, like you're right at like you're lying on the green. Just put the camera all the way down. You can kind of get a better look at kind of which way the like that putt right there. You see how it's not as much anymore. Move it to the left a bit. Yeah, like that. There we go. That's good. So as you can see, that's kind of moving slightly right to left. So if I were to take a little fuzzy brush and just on the left side, just pop it up a bit, you'll start so a little further off to the left, kind of maybe like 10 feet off to the left. Make the brush pretty small, and just raise it 4 or 5 inches. Yeah, something like that.
Aha.
So that now you got them, and then I would do the same thing over on the other side.
I see what you're saying.
So that one you'll find like when you play test them, there'll be more double breaks in there than you think.
Right.
Sometimes they'll just be there, like just kind of the way the land moves. I don't purposely try to throw in double breaks.
Right.
You'll notice even if just making little movements here and there around the green, double breaks will show up.
I like that. That was cool. I
Yeah.
never look at it from that view.
Yeah, I go right down, or like if I really like want a certain putt,
Right.
like to break a certain way, I'll just do the play from here option, and just then you can get a good sense of it. Yeah, we definitely got to fix that the back of that green there.
Totally.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna leave most of the pin placements down here.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Like I don't even know if you can put one up here. Can you? You can probably put one.
Yeah, I think so. Is this a par 5 or par
Yeah.
4? This is a par 5, short 5.
Yeah.
See, I'm fine with that because then people try to go for that in 2 and they're long and they're all the way down there, and an eagle turns into a tough par perhaps. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is an easier hole. A lot of people are gonna hit this green in 2. I already added the shelf. I don't know if the shelf is unrealistically long. Like,
maybe a bit.
It's a
but
lot
it's
of
not.
boxes of red.
So I'm curious. Go right down to the bottom of the hill there, just beyond the red, right about there, and then go to the play from here option. I just want to see how far uphill it is. You really don't want to be any more than like 3 feet up the hill. So what does it say? You're 2 feet. You're fine. Okay, that's fine. If it's any more than 3 feet, then the putts aren't fun anymore.
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, people are
That's just fine.
Yeah, people are gonna 2-putt that. I mean, I just
Mhm.
yanked that, but yeah, people are going to 2-putt that. That's a nasty green, but it has to be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Shorter holes. You can be a little nastier.
I'm fine with that. Okay.
Now, what you don't have, and what we could add in, we don't have any like distinct like 2-tiered green. Well, actually, this one I guess we would say is a tiered green. Yeah.
Yeah, I like yeah, we could do
Yeah, no, that one definitely is.
Yeah, I tried to make I tried to make different greens,
Mhm.
different slopes and stuff. It's just really hard to make them realistic.
Yeah, we might tone the screen down a touch. We'll still add the nasty red slope in there, but I think we might cool it a
What
touch
did I do? I
just in the
moved it.
front. But
All right. Head pin position. Like the video. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Sebastian's back.
no caps this time.
No
He learned.
caps. Yep. I will now live in sorrow. There you go, Sebastian. I'm gonna do this one. See, like this is gonna make if using this as a backstop will make this hole extremely easy.
Fun though.
What did I just do? Pin position.
This isn't a short hole. 450.
True.
That's
True.
that's
Maybe
not
this
that's
whole.
not going to be tough. And it's sneaky up the hill. If that's in any sort of a headwind, that's a
True.
long iron in. This is not an easy hole.
True. I think I've been. I think I've been talking shit on this hole, and it's really not that easy.
No. Just looking at that hole, this with that green as it is, that's going to play pretty tough.
11. This is a.
Stunner, this one.
Let's see.
190, yeah.
Would you move the pin position 1 in the front or the back?
Yeah, up to you. Doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's the difference between making it a 210 shot or a 185. It's a huge green.
I always like to make my pin 1, like you said earlier, most people are going to play pin 1 when they load it up. I like to make pin 1 my favorite pins. Like, where would people enjoy the most? Like, a good mix of challenge and some easy pins. So, this is another one of your signature holes. So, what do you want the golfer to accomplish here? So, I mean, I love the view at the back.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't tuck it like left. So, I would...
Like right here, maybe? That's like...
Yeah, so then if people play it short, they're going to have a really nice looking putt out into the ocean there.
True. Yeah, I like this right here.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good pin.
No.
I like that. Add pin position. We'll tuck one up here on the front. I don't know how many people pick pin position 2. Go real deep, 210 shot. Yeah, it's a long.
This hole is gonna play. This hole will play different, like because it is pretty downhill, and it's long. So on certain days, depending on the wind, you're gonna be hitting anything from a hybrid to like 7-iron.
Yeah, that pin position right there is really tough. Over this bunker.
190.
You got slope on the right. You're coming down 190. You're coming down significant amount, like you're saying. It's still 190 yards. I like that pin placement a lot.
I like that. So remember, because we did this. You did the same thing on 5, right? What pin was that? Make sure it's not the same pin, because then if people are playing the same pin, it's just gonna be like, oh, he did that again. Like he just put it just over the bunker. So I think it was 5. You did the same thing. So just make sure it's not the same set of pins.
Yeah, 5 is over the bunker.
Yeah, so I don't know. Was that pin 4 that you just threw down?
Yeah.
Just make sure that one's not pin 4.
Yeah, I'll switch.
And then I would think about switching it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is pin 4, so I might swap those, but
no, I agree.
Minor.
Wait, I want to move this.
But yeah, no, these pins are looking good. It's crazy how far you've gone. I still remember that first file you sent me on, of Knives Creek.
Oh.
It was like, whoa, okay, we got some work to do.
Yeah, it was really bad.
But how far you've come is like, it's wild. It's great.
I mean, this game is pretty good for like the more hours you put in, the better you actually get. Which I feel like a lot of things are not really like that. Where like you just can't like there's like a learning like wall where you just can't get past. But this one's like it's kind of easy to kind of like remember all the moves and stuff. Like once you get all the actual buttons down, it's just about like the thing I struggle with most is actually finding realistic like paths of fairways and stuff. Like that's something that I don't think comes very easy.
No.
Which you've like nailed.
You kind of get the luck down as you play more courses. So that's kind of how I learned early on. Is I started paying attention. Like, oh, how did they make that fairway? Like, what kind of shapes did they use, and how did they achieve that? Or like when I'm playing someone's course, I'll think in my head like, oh, that's a cool feature, and then I'll try to work out how exactly they built that, and then I go try it. So
I don't like when it's just a dead straight putt.
Yeah, that green could use a little bit of a bump. Yeah, this is a good like 2-tiered green here. And this is a par 5, right? Yeah. So I'm good. Yeah, this is good.
Going back here. One right here. I mean, everyone will play all 4 pin positions because I'm going to make a major with 4 rounds, so hopefully that gets people wanting to move the pins around when they play just with their buddies. This is such a cool view. It's crazy. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it worked out nice with the... I'm usually not a great clubhouse guy, but I took a little time on that one. That's probably one of the better clubhouses I've actually built, so
it's an unreal.
I'm happy with that one. I just started playing around with some of the like office buildings. I'm like, oh, what if I just jammed it into a cliff so it looked like a Bond villain hideout or something?
It really does look like that. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's like probably 3 or 4 different buildings I jammed together. So a lot of it's underground. If you actually look at it, if you highlight some of the buildings, a lot of it's just underground.
Oh, wow, yeah. Right.
Yeah, so...
That's really cool.
Really, and some people in the community are so good at like making clubhouses that are just wild.
I saw someone like tweeted out yesterday. I got tagged in something. Like someone was like, "Oh, like have this person build your entranceway." Someone built like a drive up to the fucking clubhouse. Like a really legit one. With like a front lawn and like the whole thing.
Some people are legit with stuff like that. That's not my forte. I'm like I hate spending time on that detail work, but there are some guys. Oh, I was actually going to talk to one guy about maybe building a clubhouse for you, but I went with I think ours is okay.
It's really good. I wanted to make this green kind of tough because it's a really easy hole. Like anyone that like plays over this stuff, like all these drives are gonna end up right here. So
I would put like what you're doing right now, just kind of make a bit of a ridge that kind of extends the length of the green. Don't make it a red one, but yeah, just kind of what you're doing almost.
Like just like right, like that just adds a lot.
Something like that. Yeah, they don't have to be big like moves to make the green bright red. Like just subtle breaks can cause problems. So what I would do, I think, I would actually flatten and kind of in the shadows there, because you've actually got a really tough area in the back there. I would maybe flatten kind of right in the middle a bit and jam a pin back there. I don't usually like pins in the shadows, but I would probably put one there.
Right here?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There you go. See, that's going to be a nasty little double break. That could be the... that one's wild. That could be the toughest pin on your course, but that's fine. That one might need a little play test, but I think
Okay.
that one's okay. I like that.
I mean, pin position 3 is going to be the most birdieable pin position of all time. Maybe if we add a little, put it on a little bit of a break.
Okay with that.
Yeah.
Moving day, make some birdies.
4. Maybe just like right in the middle of all this. Everything's moving towards it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a slider.
That's a slider. Yeah.
I'm gonna flatten that a little bit.
Just a little one. That's fine. Yeah.
Right?
Still nasty, but good. That's playable from what I see.
I'll add one more. Bang.
Now,
Yeah.
actually, what we should have done at the start, we don't. What's our green speed on this? So, what I want you to go in the settings, go to course settings, green settings. What is our speed? 7.5. Okay. So, I mean, we can. One big thing to make it tougher is just to crank that green speed. But if you do that now, all the breaks that we have are going to get more severe. So we'd probably have to go back and change a whole bunch of stuff. So 7.5 is a good number. I was just a little bit worried. So, but like green firmness, green speed, I mean, the greens are already firm, so that's going to be good. But just changing those can really affect the difficulty of your course.
So what if I change it to like 8 right now? We're gonna see a huge difference.
8's good. So a good measure is just throw a ball on the green there and just hit play from here. And we're gonna look at a number. So there is a number in the top left hand. See where it says putter and above it says 174 feet?
Yeah.
What that means is that if you take the putter all the way back, the maximum you could hit it on a flat green is 174 feet. So if it's faster, the 187 is the actual fastest. So you might hear people saying, oh, these are 187 greens. That just means it's the fastest you could possibly make it. They're not great. A 174 is a nice number, as it's not slow. It's certainly not slow, but it's not stupid fast.
Right.
So it's kind of the default setting, and I'm good with that. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything ridiculous. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of cranking it just a little bit more now.
Shouldn't have showed you that.
No. Someone wrote you're a bad influence on me. That is true.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
All right, where are we? We're cranking through this thing.
I think we're on 14. I think we just did 13.
Yes. We did all 4, yeah.
Yeah. Did we? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a nasty green. I love it.
Oof, oof, oof. 14 is nasty also. Now, this is maybe a little bit too much.
I like the movement there. Again, this is going to be one where people are going to try to drive the green. Don't make them work for an eagle. I mean, if they're going to lay up, they got a wedge in, so they don't have to worry too much. They're just going to try to float it in there. So make this one tough.
Okay.
I mean, I like this course because you've given them a lot of opportunities to go real low, but a lot of opportunities to just blow up.
Right.
Like, I think the risk reward holes here, like there's lots, which is great. I usually like putting, a couple short 4s, but you've got, I think, 3 or 4 of them, which is, I think, great.
God, this is impossible. It's just a little too red, no?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, so all I would do to fix that is just kind of use the flattened brush and just go off a little bit. So what you've done when you increase the green speed there is now you've made all the breaks a little more severe all over the course. So
Okay. So we'll have to go back.
Well, maybe.
Like, let me,
It'll be slight, but
like, all right, yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
no,
It's not too bad. It's not
it's
like
definitely there's
ridiculous.
definitely more
But
movement there.
yeah,
For sure, more movement.
yeah, that one got nasty. So
For sure. Damn.
that's kind of you kind of got to lock down green speed really before you start sculpting your greens
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna have
I've
to.
made
I'm
that
gonna go.
mistake before too.
I'm going back and now if I reset it to like 8.
It shouldn't be as bad. So yeah, just like go down to 8, click OK, and then you should see them move a little bit slower. The colors might not change, but they might move. The beads are moving a little bit slower.
Okay, all right. We still have to go back and fix a lot of these things, so maybe just one go through
Oh yeah.
is needed.
Yep, definitely.
I'll let you go through with the flattened brush.
Will do.
Pin position 2. I want 4 to be like down here.
Yep.
So I'll probably do one here. What are your thoughts on like a pin? Like, do you have any other ideas?
I like that. Pin at the back for sure. Like further down, right there, right there. I mean, that's 390, but it's way down the hill, and there's a couple downhill slopes to help. So this is good. This is fun. I've been known in the community for a while as I'm a little bit more tame now, but I'm known in the community for having really difficult pins. Like there's a verb in the community is called canucking your pins. That's just making them stupidly difficult.
No way.
So yeah.
I love that.
So if you hear they're canucked pins, that means they're just diabolical. I've calmed down in my old age, but yeah, back in a few years ago, I got a lot of hate mail.
Man, people do not like tough pins in this game.
No, the top guys hate it. They hate it. They just want to shoot 18 under. They don't want anything to get in their way. Yeah, screw those guys. I don't design for them.
No. And also, like, my biggest thing is like if you make this course as realistic as possible for real golf, guys are gonna shoot fucking 18s, like you're saying. You have to make it somewhat really difficult in order to keep like integrity of the scores of the course. Like, it's a very like we add all of this damage on the right and the left and all this water and bunkers and high grass, but like guys just hit it right down the middle 310 yards every single time. So like the only way to have any defense.
That's the thing. You really gotta. A lot of newer designers really want to try to protect par, and but it's impossible. There's these guys that eat, sleep, and breathe this game, and we could make this game as hard as we could, making it playable. And I guarantee you, someone's going to shoot 14 under at Butters Bay on the first day.
Yes,
I guarantee it, and there's nothing you can do about that. So you just kind of got to embrace it and say, you know what, I'm not designing for those people. I'm designing for the average Joe that wants a challenge. And, I try to aim for a regular kind of guy to shoot like 5 under, 6 under. Like that's a good score, but it's not a great score.
Right.
That's kind of where I like to be at.
This is a kind of a cool, this is a really hard hole. It's 220 yards, and then you have to try and hold this. But it's also how many feet down? 50 feet down, right?
Yeah. So again, you're going to play a shorter pin in, so it's not too bad.
But
this hole needs a little bit of work. It's missing stuff. I think you were saying the stuff we got to fix stuff at the back there. And
yeah, totally.
I'm not in love with the bridge either.
Yeah, no.
It looks a little rickety, but
yeah,
whatever.
You can take this and run with it. This hole, to me, I have no more vision of it. Everything for me was up here. I mean,
I love what you did up there, and then I feel like it's a bit of a drag, the green.
It
but
is.
I tried to remake it last night, and I still don't like it. But
yeah,
let's pin it anyway, and then I'll see what I can do with it. But I'm a little lost on this hole too, to be honest.
Yeah, I have no clue what the right choice is. There could be a couple hole-in-ones on that pin for sure.
Yep. You know, I put a couple down at the bottom, so yeah, they hit that little kicker and or whatever and come back.
Yeah.
Perfect. So again, I might soften a few of these ridges, like
That's
the red.
fine.
I'm really gonna have to like we'll have to look down and like if it's over a 3 foot increase, then we gotta tone it down a bit, but that won't take long to fix.
All right, and the 17. We're almost there. That's a nasty little pin. Hold on, I gotta move that one.
Yeah, that's gotta I'd flatten in front there a little bit just to give yourself a little bit more area. Yeah, it's right there. You got it at 6 inches. Make sure it's flat.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
2-1 here. Yeah, I think there's going to be some low scores on this course. I really do. I mean, like, I'm not the best player. I'm not even close to being that great at this game, but I can light this place up, you know, if I'm playing sort of well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can absolutely light it up.
That's fine. I mean, that's whatever.
But then again, like, that's also me not missing a fairway. I'm not missing a green regulation. Like, if you're playing good golf, it's just like, what's going to happen, right? Like,
Yep.
That's a nasty.
With
pin.
all the golf courses I've seen, I can count on 2 hands how many legitimately fun, enjoyable courses there are that are fun, but will also just kick you in the nuts repeatedly.
Right.
Like, there's not many. Like, if you start making it stupid hard, then it gets to the point where it's like, well, this isn't even fun.
What's the hardest course you think you've made for all the viewers out there to go? Maybe they can take a challenge on.
I mean, I don't have any really. I wouldn't say I have any super difficult courses in this game. In the first few games, I had some tough ones, but I didn't port them over. But
what was the decision in that? How come you didn't port all of them over? Like, what's the reasoning to just?
Because I've improved a ton as a designer, so I look at those courses now and they're hot garbage, and I don't feel like changing them. So that's the big reason. Yeah, that's a good pin. I like that because it's going to be reachable in 2, but that's going to require pinpoint precision to roll up there.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then the Sunday pin, the final pin, 18. So
I put it right in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like right here.
I'd flatten it maybe a little bit just to give them a bit of room, but yeah, right there.
I think we have a pretty good starting point here. I think people are getting jacked up about how close we are to releasing this thing. It does need just a little bit of TLC. I think it's in a good spot. The pins are down. Just got to check that all of the tee boxes are flat because I had one mistake at Knives Creek where one of the holes, I think it was like hole 11, like the white tee just has no tee box, and it's just like a sideways thing. I guess like I don't know, I just forgot about it, and then I always like to use that to expose people for playing the whites. Like they'll always send me a screenshot of it, and I'm like, well, I put that in there on purpose to show who's playing the whites in a video game. I don't like the fact that like people could just go play the reds or the whites, and it's like stupid to me that like I almost wanted to only do one tee box, but it just adds to the course. It's really hard to make the course look realistic, like that view of going towards the fairway without other tee boxes.
Yeah, I mean we set up the course and the looks for the back pins. I mean, yeah, if you want to play the reds and shoot 15 under, fine, go for it. But I mean, I don't think the course looks particularly great from the reds. The sight lines maybe aren't as good, but I honestly think most people that load up this game are playing the back tees.
See, I would hope that, but like sometimes I get nervous of people just like because we have so many people in the society, and I feel like a lot of our fans bought the game just to play Knives Creek and stuff, and I feel like they don't like. I think on default it starts you on the reds, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless you've set in the society that you're playing the back pins,
No,
or you
no.
can lock it so they're playing the back pins.
Right,
So
right,
I wouldn't
true.
worry about that. Yeah.
True. Um, well, that's Knives. I mean, that's Butters Bay. I mean, I am done with this golf course. I just want it to be out there. I want it to be perfect though, so we are gonna have to keep working at it. I think, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I also have to do a couple promo videos for it. I got to get it on Twitter. I gotta start making some stuff. Maybe we'll make some merch or something. But
Love it.
I want this golf course to be out there within the week. I think that's pretty realistic. No.
That's doable. Yeah, it won't take me long to put some finishing touches on this.
And then I'm gonna have to
It's
go
it's
into
basically
it.
done.
It's basically done. I
Yeah.
don't know if any of the people in the chat have any final words for what we should do here. We'll see what people think. I mean, there will be. We're gonna make a major in the society just to kick this thing off, so everyone will get 4 rounds on it. I think people are gonna love it. I do think it does need a little bit of crafting here and there, so that when we do have all 4 rounds, all those greens can actually hold people's balls and stuff. Because there's a couple of greens out there that are gonna make people mad at me.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
It is. I'm trying to think of any other like ideas that are just like there's no land that wasn't really utilized correctly. I don't think. Like I think everything was pretty much like there's no
Yeah.
sight line that's wrong, right? Like
No, I think the only thing that needs some love is around back of 16, 17 T. I'm a little. I'm gonna have to look at a little bit more.
True.
That's the only part that we gotta fix.
This
We
area
gotta
is
figure out something there.
very bland,
Very
and amateurish.
yes.
Compared to the rest of
Yes.
the course.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to find a way to spruce that up a bit. We got object meter. We have 10% left, so we got a little bit of room to play with.
Can we?
So yeah,
Can we like take? Can we make these like kind of cliffs right here? Like just bring all
Yep.
this in.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna probably do. Then we don't have to plant it as much, and yeah, I mean we're almost there.
Dude, what if I don't know how it would look, but like what if this is like on its own, then you have another bridge that goes to this, and then like another bridge. That may be too crazy.
I can do that.
I don't know. That may
We
be
can
too
do that.
Crazy.
Who cares? It's Butters Bay.
Yeah, that actually may work.
Anything goes.
Though. That may work
Yeah.
though. Like multiple bridges going from tee box to tee box and just fucking taking you out to the fairway. That could be pretty damn cool.
I can play around with it. Why not?
All right, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, me and you will talk about that. We'll get this thing done. I do like the Tale of Two Nines. I think that we didn't really know how to do the back nine when we were sculpting the front, and I think it came out awesome.
I think it did too.
I don't know how it came out the way it came out, but it came out the way it came out. We went up, we went down, we went through the valley, we went out the valley. It's a freaking cool golf course. Let's see what people are saying. Imagine if your golf balls looked like scrotums, okay? Put a big cypress out there. I need to put the house. I can't forget to put the house. I'm going to put it out here. It's got to be out here, right?
Put it, yeah, just behind in the shade. No access.
I think you almost have to see it, right? Like I think, and it's gonna be a super small house. Like,
yeah.
I think I almost like flatten out something just like it's like when you're on this green and you're looking out, like oh, is that Shackelford's house right here? Like, just tucked in right here. And he's got a nice little beach.
Perfect. You can put a little rowboat in there and then tilt it so it's like half underwater. So he's got just like a really sad little rowboat.
No way. Hold on.
You can do that too.
So, create, add, place objects. What am I looking for? Buildings.
Just give him a little delapsed. I go townhouses. Maybe you'll find something.
Too big for him.
You can give him a trailer if you want. There actually is one in there. I found it. I didn't even know it was in there. I found one yesterday.
No, you know what? This is a nice little. It's still a nice home. He's got. Kind of goes nice with the. Oh shit. With the air, like the look around him. I mean, I think that's fine, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. This is the
And
old
then yeah,
man.
you can just
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it just fits in where you can kind of see. You see that? You can kind of see it. Oh, you know what though? I actually think it may be a little too far. I want people to really see it. Let me see. Maybe somewhere in here. I think this is actually better.
I love it. These are the details that matter. I love it.
You need to put Jeff Shackelford and old Hugsy's house out here. Old Man Golf Media. If you don't know the story behind this Canuck, we went out to Australia and we went to the President's Cup and we got into a fight with all of Golf Media basically. Um, they were mad that a couple of college bros, they were sick of it that we get that they have gone their whole entire lives writing blogs and doing all this stuff, but we get the access to be able to go out there with a media pass and an inside the ropes pass, and all of a sudden we use that to
Yeah.
dap up Tiger Woods, and then we put that on social media. It gets a shit ton of views, and PGA Tour likes to retweet it. They're mad that they put in all these years of work and no one cares about what they do. And we had Jeff Shackelford, who was the one who complained to the tour, and we had him on the show, and I basically said that if he wanted a lesson in how the internet works, I'll gladly give it to him. He's the old dinosaur. We're going to put him in a home. We're going to face him out by the ocean. We're going to put his new Balance shoes on him. We're going to wheel him to the window. We're just going to let him watch the sunset.
I love it. I love it.
Because you know
You
what?
give him a rowboat or something.
Nice.
Give him something to, but like half underwater. Just have it look kind of sad.
So place objects. Now where are we looking here?
Vehicles. C. And there's like a really sad little rowboat, like a wooden boat. Yeah. And then you can actually, if you go to advanced edit, you can actually tilt it so it's like half underwater.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Something like that.
You should be able to make boats like they should be able to scale them more,
I know.
or just like hold on, let me see how I'm gonna do this now. Oh shit!
You can if you want to make it show off, you can give them like a little power boat and then tilt it and then use the little steam effect to make it look like it's smoking. If you want, just ideas.
All right, I'm gonna put this here. Oh shit! Hold on. No, I liked it. I like the idea that that's just the most pathetic boat of all time.
It really is.
And then what I did on the other one, I think I'm gonna give him a nice little like a chair, maybe a table, maybe. Is there like a lounge chair?
You could give them there is furniture, patio set. I think there's a lounge chair in there. No, maybe
chair.
not. Just a sad looking chair.
Hold on, shit.
Give him an umbrella too, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we could spell out. You could spell out his initials in rocks if you want, or you can do whatever. Yeah, you could whatever you want. I can make it happen.
Trash bag. There's a couple trash bags out here. His trash is accumulating. This is all of his work. He puts all of his articles in these trash bags.
Perfect.
Maybe we put more trash bags. All of his... He writes... He just keeps writing and writing and writing, and he keeps putting them in trash bags.
Incredible.
There's a little light that comes out here, maybe, just... That makes it just a little more, like, spooky at night. That thing just... He walks outside. This is like Hagrid's little area.
Oh, incredible.
No, nothing.
You can give him an outhouse if you want.
Oh, true. It's in the buildings. A washroom.
You can give him a sad little outhouse. You can give him a wooden one.
Yeah. For sure. Right here on this side. That's nice. That's a good touch. There it is. There's Shackelford's little fucking area.
I love it. I love there's a backstory behind it too, and
you can see, you can definitely see it. Yeah.
You can just see it. Yeah. You maybe put a little tree up there just to like a signal, like, oh, what's that?
Okay,
And then they can get a little bit of a closer look. Just a single tree.
What tree would you pick?
No, whatever you want.
It's got to be like something like that.
There you go.
Something you can see. All right. Yeah.
Perfect.
There's Shackleford's.
Best part of the course, right there.
There's Shackleford's. All right. Yeah. No. Maybe we'll add a little bit to that. If Canuck thinks of anything else, maybe you can just throw something back there. But you don't have to. This is our battle to fight anyway. You don't need to get.
Well, I got some ideas.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I think that was a good stream. I think people are getting hyped for it. Reminder: go follow Crazy Canuck 1985. That's your handle on Twitter.
That's it. Everything's the same on all my social media. So yeah.
So go follow him. Show him the support that Foreplay warrants and gives to our friends and our guests and the people that come on here. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Canuck. I appreciate all the help with this course. I think we got a good spot. Are you going live anytime soon for people to watch on your YouTube or?
Yeah, actually, I'm thinking about doing a stream right now after this over on my channel. So I'm working on a par 3 course that has 9 different themes on it. So I've got like 2 holes that are like a tropical and then 2 holes that are a desert. It's kind of wild. So I think I'm going to work on that.
Actually unbelievable. Yeah. So that's something that you guys should all go on to. You're going to get your fix of actual building. Like, you're not just going to see us doing pins and stuff. He builds the courses, he sculpts them, he teaches you how to do them, he shows you all the... You show people, like, with the actual buttons on the controller and stuff. It's really cool. So go follow him. Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. Thank you again, Canuck.
Thank you.
Stream.
That was fun.
All right. See you guys.
Later.